everybody, how is it going? Today I was scrolling around YouTube trying to figure out, or just looking at just random NASCAR memes for no reason. I found one about NASCAR Heat 5 and Kyle Larson at Pocono where he blew the tire. Rip Larson! Anyways, I was scrolling around YouTube and I found this. I've seen this channel a couple of times. They do like fanfics and stuff like that. I found this one called Farewell. And then I read a little bit more into the title. And I saw this. So, we're gonna take a watch. I'm gonna react to this. If this gets like copyrighted or anything or like something like that, I'm just gonna take it down and I'll react to something else. But yeah, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Why not? Alright. Oh, by the way, this is Scribbler Productions. You guys can go subscribe to them. Altube has also watched their channel. They really enjoy their channel. They've watched some of like the best moments of like AJ. They've seen some moments of me. They've seen some Twilight moments and stuff like that. Well, yeah, we'll say that's for a different video. So yeah, let's get into it. So already I noticed that there's a new intro. Pride Month, okay. Happy Pride Month. I actually have no idea what that is. Did Alan do this on purpose? Was he trying to show pride to me for running the regional series? Low-key though, like that'd be like hilarious if he timed that somehow. Alright, here we go. Farewell.
It wasn't meant to be like this.
The words came out jagged, like her tongue had
Yo,
been
it's
replaced
me!
by a cheese grater. It felt like it, too. Her throat prickled and hurt, and clogged with goo all at the same time. Grief was a messy business, in every single way.
Oh, did you get into like one of those bad wrecks? This is what happened at the end of Kentucky in the trucks. So basically, everybody, what happened in Kentucky for our truck series was Trixie was leading, and AJ was trying to fight Trixie for the lead. Alatube was like, "Oh hey, I'm gonna stop helping AJ. Let's go help Trixie." Alatube completely took down AJ into the wall, and somehow Trixie got the wing, but NASCAR is saying that AJ has the wing. I don't know how that's possible, but we're gonna get back on track. I don't know how. It's stupid.
Someone put a gentle hoof around her shoulders.
It's okay.
Fluttershy.
Of course it was Fluttershy. Tactile, gentle, soft-voiced. Suddenly, it seemed like she was custom-made for comforting ponies at funerals.
Yo, I like this.
It's not okay. And that's a stupid thing to say.
More cheese grater voice. More aching throat. Rainbow Dash turned her face away, but still felt the tremor in Fluttershy's foreleg. It was a pale imitation of how she would have once reacted, but it was there.
I meant that it's okay to cry. You're grieving. That's natural. Don't bottle everything up.
I just want to say, griefy is the worst thing I can imagine. I remember Alatube opened up a Minecraft server and somebody started griefing. He was so upset he banned everyone but me. I was the griefer trolling him. I was under a different user tag and they thought I was someone else. Listen to me, Major, don't grief or you will suffer consequences, major consequences. Like
We're
smoking.
all here for you.
They had all come, and then...
Wait a second, is it? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like...
The graveside was crowded with family from all over Equestria that she had never even met before, plus dozens of those she had. They all looked at her with the same tearful consideration, and
Wait, I just want to say something. Oh my gosh, this is so out of context. I'll explain that at the end.
let her stand at the front without protest. She had wanted her friends to stand at the front too. Part of her hoping some pony would object so she could kick up a stink. None of them had. No, they had all acquiesced, like they were afraid not to give her exactly what she wanted today. Exactly what she wanted. Now there was a joke with a rotten punchline.
You meant so much to all of us.
Fluttershy said softly.
Oh man.
Suddenly, Rainbow Dash wanted Fluttershy to kick and scream, and be everything she wasn't.
What?
She wanted her to be someone she wasn't.
Wait. Are they gonna show her, like, having, like, oh my gosh. If they show her, like, in rage, I'm gonna be scared of her for the rest of my life.
Wanted to kick and scream herself, but it felt hollow without someone to bounce off her anger in response. Fluttershy had changed over the years, but she would still back down from a fight, especially today. Rainbow Dash pushed the gentle foreleg off her shoulders and stood up, shaking water from her feathers. Of course, it was drizzling. The head weather pony had refused to change the schedule for even one day. She had submitted the correct paperwork in triplicate, but he had still said,
Yeah, we're in the Wonderbolts is a lot of work. Especially still in the racing, too. Racing feels like daycare compared to what we're doing in Wonderbolts.
no, even when he saw the reason in the little printed box. She hadn't given enough notice, as if she was supposed to have known on which day the funeral would eventually fall a month in advance. A month ago, she had been at home on compassionate leave, soaking up every second of time they had left. If she hadn't been reeling with disbelief when she submitted the paperwork, Rainbow Dash might have punched him on the nose.
Forget this. I'm out of here.
Flying
I
away
would be out of there.
was awkward, but not impossible. She took to the air in a few wing beats and ignored her friends calling her back. She half expected at least one to fly after her, but they let her go. Speed and a bracing wind dried out her eyeballs quite well. She belatedly pulled up her goggles so she didn't fly into a tree or something. Dramatic exits were much harder to pull off when you were lying in a heap and some pony was laughing their tail off at you. That was how their first flight had ended. It was only the afternoon that she had moved in, and she had tried to win an argument by leaving dramatically. She didn't even remember what they had been fighting about now, just that the bad feelings hadn't lasted long after she landed in the dirt. She cringed at the unbidden memory and flapped harder, stretched further, went faster. She flew like she was trying to escape. But how could you escape time? It always came down to time. There was either too much of it or not enough of it. Why had time been invented to follow such arbitrary rules anyway? It telescoped when you had nothing to do, and when there was too much to do, too much to say, too much feeling to cram into every hour of every day, it shortened until hours ticked by like seconds, and the alarm clock on your happy little dream world went off and woke you to ugly reality. She had tried to smack that cosmic alarm clock and at least put it on snooze, but it hadn't worked.
I'm sorry, Rainbow Dash.
Twilight's words spattered across her memory like raindrops on her goggles. The memory was a poor substitute for lying on the ground outside the farmhouse and watching a silhouette laugh uproariously from the bedroom window.
Becoming an alicorn depends on a pony's innate magical ability.
So you're saying not only do unicorns get the longest lifespans of all ponies, they're also the only ones who get a chance to live forever? Well, that's fair.
She hadn't used the cheese grater voice that time. Nope. That time she had yelled like a foghorn and smacked Twilight's workbench hard enough to leave dents.
Not all unicorns get long lifespans.
Pony feathers, they don't! Quit trying to sugarcoat things, Twilight! The only unicorns who don't live longer are the ones who do stupid stuff and get themselves killed in dumb accidents!
That's word for word what I said to Elizabeth Dover. That man turned into a chaotic psychopath. Legit, he went 4 laps down. He was going to go back out there. I ran on the track, took him out of the car, drove the car to the garage, and then he wanted to go back there and slap Truex so hard. So basically, if you don't know what's happening, Alatu tried to put his Pocono setup into Dover, and it looked like it was working out well, but when the tires started grinding out, he would slip and slide everywhere, cars getting in his way left and right. His main problem was Truex, which he did nothing, and then he took out Truex on purpose, and then full throttle right into the driver door, which everyone thought that Truex got majorly injured. So they suspended Alatu for 2 races. Obviously, right now, he's regretted doing that. But I took him out of the car. I told him, listen, the reason why we are losing drivers today is because of these bag accidents. You remember when Arceus hit the wall because you turned her, hit it, thinking, oh, I can bump draft it on its quarter pail. No, you turned it, smacked the catch fence, and the car went through the fence. I remember when Vaporeons, I remember when Eve used to race. But then Jolteon went up to Eevee. Eevee was 3 laps down, tried to avoid him, accidentally hit his core panel, completely demolished any chance of saving the car. And Eevee went around, smacked the outside. This was at Talladega. Smacked the outside wall at like 200 on the driver's side door. That thing was destroyed. I had a similar wreck too. This was from me. This was my stupidity. We were racing. There was a big one up in front of me. I said, you know what? I'm gonna blow through it like it's nothing. I blew through it. I didn't see Alatube's car. He went to go to the inside. I went up to the wall, drove up the side of his whole car into the catch fence, came back out upside down, a fiery meteor, hit the inside, all the way down to the inside wall, hit it hard enough that it propelled me to the outside wall again. I got hit by another car, and then I kept turning, hit the inside wall again, came back up, and I was on the backstretch upside down on fire. I still today don't even know how I climbed out of that car alive.
Rainbow, I don't know what you want me to say. Longevity is linked to magic. The more a pony has, the longer they live. That's just the way things are.
Yep.
Yeah, I got that part when she needed a hip replacement, and I'm still flying at 90 miles per hour without a problem, and you're still young while the rest of us are covered in...
You're saying that we're racing at the fastest tracks, high speed, with the Equestrian Series tryouts, the videos I've been uploading. Yeah, those cars aren't the same Xfinity cars as we race today. They are so less safer. The wreck that Derpy had, she could have died in that wreck. They still decided, oh hey, Derpy's wreck, no, we're not gonna switch to the cars. Yeah, somebody's gonna die in those cars. I can see it. I can so see it. I'm gonna see if I can talk to NASCAR about that because that is unsafe. I'll show you guys the wreck after.
Wrinkles. Did you know Rarity's only just getting crow's feet? Pinky's hind legs are crippled with arthritis, and Rarity's worried about her eyelids sagging, while in the meantime...
Her throat had...
Oh my gosh!
Rainbow Dash,
It's not fair! We're the elements of harmony. Doesn't that make a difference? She may not be a unicorn or a Pegasus, but she's not an ordinary Earth pony either. Surely you can Helicornify her for that, or get Princess Celestia or Princess Luna to do it. Heck, bring Cadence down from the Crystal Empire for all I care.
Oh god!
We've been alicorns longer than
The
you.
Toy 11
Surely one of them
champion!
can do something.
She would never forget Twilight's expression at that moment. Nervous, apologetic, somewhat remote, and achingly sympathetic. She knew all too well what was making Rainbow Dash's chest constrict, and had made her ask when she already suspected the answer. Twilight was living that same emotion every day as she watched her friends grow old, while she only got older.
the elements of harmony contain that magic,
She had said softly.
not the ponies who wield them.
So you're saying there's nothing you can do? No age spells you can cast? No time reversal spells? No rewind the clock spells?
Rainbow Dash barely understood the logistics of magic, despite spending so many years as a friend to the most famous.
Yeah, if that
living
happened, I
magic
would
scholar
understand
in
at all. I'd
Equestria.
throw all that logic
You
out the
can't
window.
give her a few more decades at least?
There are those kinds of spells,
Twilight had replied cagily.
I'm gonna smack
but
her.
I don't care. Whatever the risk, cast one.
But
Cast one.
you should ask her first.
No, just do it. Here and now. Just cast the spell and make it all. Take her body back to before.
Words had failed Rainbow Dash as he threw them at the bowl of emotion inside her, trying to get a few to stick.
I can't risk her saying no.
You think she would?
She had looked away, knowing her answer would be written in her face.
Oh, 100%. They would say no. They would. The last 5 years of Xfinity Series races, she was the slowest car and nobody cared about her to win. Now the truck series, I was like, yay! I will smack everyone so hard.
They know, Rainbow Dash.
Twilight had pressed.
Because
Words slid off her tongue in no particular order.
sick. She's
Why? Why? That's the I hate YouTube. I hate YouTube so bad.
you've been in Counterlot.
Get out here, NBA.
She wouldn't let me. Pain and it's bad, but she wouldn't. It was fast, real fast. We thought we could tough it out, get some fancy schmancy doctor, and it's all poof, it be gone. But
Poof, it be
medicine
gone.
they said it spread too far before they caught it. Not even magic could touch it. They said, so you've got to make her.
She had drawn a deep, shuddering breath and met.
This is where it
Twilight's
all just
eyes.
lets out.
Cast the damn spell.
Oh, do it. Do it. You better do it now.
I can rewind her body to a time before she...
Drive the truck right into that library. Get the truck, get the cup cart, get the Xfinity cart, get the dirt cart. Get the carts, get everything. I bet if this was alive, Alex would just be like, what are you talking about? And, also, I've lost my mind. I've totally lost my mind. It's only 7:43. I'm not live streaming, and I have somehow lost my mind.
She got sick. But that won't erase it. It just means she'll go through all this again.
Twilight had stared right back at her.
Sure, you can't rewind time and not expect the same and not expect different things. You rewind time, the same thing's gonna happen. It's kinda like spirits, sort of. I don't know what type they are, but like they always like repeat in the same circle how like they like lost their life. And yeah.
It was the same stare she had used on Discord, Nightmare Moon, Cerberus, Chrysalis, and dozens of other evil beings, but tempered with compassion.
Ow,
and
that was my hoof.
something else. Something that didn't become clear until she spoke.
You think I haven't tried every spell I can to get rid of that thing growing inside her? Anything more, and I'll scramble her molecules so badly she won't.
You knew?
Rainbow Dash had gaped at her, aghast.
I was in Canterlot, not the opposite end of the universe. I heard. I researched healing magic. I went to the Surgeon General of Canterlot General Hospital, and his best doctors taught me what to do. Then I came back to Ponyville, and I went to see her. You were in Cloudsdale asking Spitfire for time off.
Twilight gave something a little too loud.
Okay, Loki Spitfire's a great crew chief, not gonna
I
lie.
talked.
And also a
She
great
let me cast the spells I'd learned,
leader.
until she told me not to anymore.
Rainbow Dash's heart sank.
She did?
It was her worst fear confirmed.
Yep.
Well, not her absolute worst, but definitely up there with the big ones. The backs of her eyes had prickled, and she had been filled with the near uncontrollable urge to fly. As a filly, she had thought flying was the solution to all problems.
Fly through the ceiling.
As a
Fly
mare,
through the
she
ceiling.
knew it wasn't. That didn't stop the urge coming whenever one cropped up, especially the big ones.
She also said she thought you might come to me and ask as soon as you knew I was in town.
She told you to tell me no.
Twilight had shaken her head, causing the filigree decorations on her tiara to twinkle in the light from the window. She was so used to dressing as royalty in Canterlot, she was still dressing the part in Ponyville.
Royalty, oh,
where her
royalty!
humble
Okay.
surroundings made even stylish jewelry look overdone.
She told me to get you to understand why she said no more.
She had stepped forward then, still the Twilight they had befriended decades ago, despite the wings and glittery bits.
It was Sunset Shimmer. I'm kidding, it wasn't Sunset Shimmer.
But from what you just said, I think you already know why.
I know she wants the pain to go away, but I don't want her to go away.
Enough that you'd make her relive this a second time? Or prolong her life, even if it means making her live with this longer too?
It's not fair!
The urge to fly came to a boil inside her, shot down her legs, and forced her to buck the nearest object in frustration. She was good at bucking. She had learned from the best. Twilight's workbench had tipped over, spilling official-looking paperwork all over the library floor. An inkwell had smashed,
she's gonna be so mad.
across the documents. Yet, instead of picking anything up, Twilight had advanced a few steps between them and wrapped her forelegs around her friend.
No, it's not.
She had whispered hoarsely.
None of this is fair.
Get off, Twilight! Get off of me!
Twilight had only hugged her harder. Her steadfast refusal to listen had popped the inflated balloon.
Yeah, that's probably what she would do.
And Rainbow Dash had cried like a newborn foal until she was drained and trembling on her haunches. Throughout her breakdown, Twilight did not let go of her once.
We saved the world! A lot! Doesn't that count for anything?
It counts.
It doesn't feel like it.
Would you rather have had 100 years
Oh,
of
just
just
a
being
second.
friends?
Oh, this thing's wigging is
or
everything.
54
No,
years
it's
together?
not.
That's a dumbass question.
Dumbass question.
Wait, what did she ask?
Have had 100 years of just being friends?
I can't hear. Hold on.
Does that count for anything?
It counts.
It doesn't feel like it.
Would you rather have had 100 years of just being friends? Or 54 years together?
That's a dumbass question.
But a legitimate dumbass question.
Do I really have to answer?
No. I already know that part, too.
Rainbow Dash wondered whether Twilight had also known that she would run out on the funeral. She hadn't looked back to see her expression. She continued to fly into the rain, angled upwards, and burst through the cloud bank to the open sky above. Shaking herself and shivering a little in the colder air, she flew back to Sweet Apple Acres before descending below the clouds again. The place was shut up tight. Well, it would be, since every pony was at the cemetery.
Where's
She
Apple
thought about going back.
Why is NASCAR not
but
ending?
instead,
I'm
alighted
kidding.
in a tree outside their
It's only a
bedroom
game.
window. Leaves tipped water onto her as she rustled them, but she barely noticed. Instead, she looked down and imagined herself in a heap, tail in the air and splinters in her nose. No wonder she had provoked so much laughter.
I miss you already.
She said aloud. Her voice was rougher than it had been 54 years ago when she had performed that spectacular pratfall. Age and lots of shouting at new recruits had turned her throat to sandpaper. It probably
Feels
would
like
have
the
been even
feels like the
worse if she
2010
hadn't had such a ready
Homestead
supply
race
of
I
apple
had.
cider to wet her whistle.
Sometimes I reckon you only fell for me 'cause you were sick of missing out during cider season.
The words rose in her mind, accompanied by images of rumpled bedclothes and a crocheted blanket they threw on in winter, whenever the boiler had packed up again. If she had moved into the Wonderbolt's barracks when Spitfire offered accommodation, she would have lived with
Spitfire!
working amenities as a matter of course, and had no commute to work. She would never have spent a thought on whether the icy floor below her bed would take the fur and skin from any experimental hoof in the morning. Neither would she have had to throw open every single window in the thickest heat of summer, since the barracks had premium air conditioning. Yet she had opted for creaky floorboards, a roof in constant need of repair, drafty windows and walls that had to be repainted so often she felt like covering them in obscene graffiti to see whether any pony noticed as they slathered on the next coat. And she hadn't regretted 1 second of it,
Nah,
said her memory self.
the cider's just a bonus.
Sure it is.
Come here, and let me show you why I really fell for you.
Her memory self pounced, allowing recollections to emerge of just how creaky their bed was, and
Wait,
how an
what?
unbolted bedstead could move across
Is this
the
gonna get
floor.
interesting?
There would be no more giggles in that big empty bed. There would be no more laughing silhouettes out of the window. There would be no more southern twang telling her to stop using the roof as a launching pad and presenting her with replacement
Lou is
tiles.
a lock.
to-
Wait, what? Lou is a lock. Oh, was that? Oh, I think I know what they're
play
talking
when
about.
she didn't listen. There would be no more late nights, no more ridiculously early wake-up calls, no more lessons on how to buck properly, no more races, no more cider with 2 straws, and no more anything.
Oh, that's a dog.
Today
I was like, what
marked
is
the
that? Is that her hat?
Big Macintosh, Apple Bloom, and their families would still work the farm. But the room she had shared
Oh,
would be
there's her
silent
hat. I see it now.
against the relentless pull of life moving on with one less pony in it. A tear fell all the way from her perch to the ground below. Evidently her eyes had not dried out as much as she thought.
Oh, that's nice.
I miss you, Applejack.
Her only reply was the wind, the rain, and the ghost of laughter.
I love you, Rainbow, with my whole heart.
Well, wouldn't that be kind of creepy? Wow! That was awesome! That was fire, actually. Like, not gonna lie. These people are talented. There's all the, narrators and voices. So, Scribbler did Twilight and AJ. Not bad. All of them. Shouts to all of them. That was actually fire. Patrons. Yo, Kevin Harvick? I'm kidding. Oh, what's this? Oh, no! You can't throw the SAG fanfic and then say that. Oh my gosh. I like actually losing a pet is like more like devastating than like anything else in the world. Like, I swear it's. Cause I remember Alex who showed me this video of if nobody knows who Haley Deegan is, she's one of the truck drivers. Her dog went into like a seizure, like multiple seizures, and they thought they didn't know what to do. So they thought that they were gonna lose their dog, but thankfully the dog still lives today, which I am glad she is. That is an adorable dog. But man, I feel bad. That is a nice photo.